How is that? It's a great question. Am I going crazy? I just turned. Oh wait, this one's on. Oh, I just messed it up. No. Back in. Oh, what did I do? So weird. Consume multiple forms of media at one time. I know, because they say that's great for the mind. Yeah. Is this gonna distract you? I have this up.
I have another game too.
I didn't know if that was gonna be too much.
2025 CACC Men's Soccer Championship between the 2 seed University of Bridgeport and the 1 seed Post University. Now let's meet the starters first for the visiting Purple Knights. At goalkeeper, sophomore number 1, Victor Masek. At defense, senior number 2, Bruno Packers. At defense, graduate student number 5, Samuel Dundes. Also at defense, graduate student number 6, Ugo Driu. At midfield, junior number 7, Joao Miranda. At forward, graduate student number 10, Loic Potter. At midfield, graduate student number 11, Enzo Beatrix. At forward, freshman number 13, Christian Breeditis. At defense, junior number 16, Pierre Leo. At defense, graduate student number 21, Ewan Lakazik. And at midfield, senior number 34, Lucas Ma. The Purple Knights are led by head coach Peter Donut, and assistant coaches include Tyler Stowick, Alex Coda, Rob Bellucci, and Manny Planas. And now, for the Eagles. At goalkeeper, senior number 0, Chris Jones. At forward, junior number 5, Aiden Tross. At midfield, senior number 6, Lucas Glade.
Seriously? It's official?
It's tied.
At midfield, senior
time?
number 8, Marcus
Oh
Boton.
my gosh. I'm not even surprised.
At midfield, graduate
A full season comes to this. The CACC Men's Soccer Championship about to get underway here at Post University. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Howdy, folks. Cody Shalfo here on the call. Cannot wait to see the conclusion of this match. For the first time in the NCAA era of the CACC since dating back to 2004, we have had two teams go undefeated, no losses in conference play. First time they have met in the championship game. And one of these teams will go on to the NCAA tournament automatically. One will have to get some help from the election committee. This game has so many storylines. We could talk about Post offense coming alive the last few games. We can talk about the defense that's been incredible over the past forever, it seems. We know about Bridgeport coming into the conference a couple years ago, already making their second conference championship game here in the CACC. Talk about their offense and their defense, who have been good. We could talk about so many things, but the one thing that no one thought we would be talking about is Chris Jones, the backup goalkeeper, getting the start today. And for the first start he's had in 3-4 years, comes in one of the most pivotal matches he will play in his life. Goalkeeper of the year, Leopold Dufont, picked up a red card at the very end of the semifinal win against number 5 Holy Family. That comes with a 1-game suspension. That means he will be out for this game. Chris Jones, who has since 2023 has only played 64 total minutes between his stint here at Post this year and his former school at Goldie Beacom, will be in net for hopefully all 90 and potentially more for the Eagles. The Eagles come into play today having reached every single CACC championship game since 2018. They had 5 straight wins until a loss to Felician last year snapped that streak. They are looking to continue the dynasty. And Bridgeport looking for revenge from the 2023 game that they lost to Post. And trying to get into the conference championship books in just their 4th or 5th season here in the CACC. We are underway. We're already going. Again, welcome in, Cody Shalfo here. Let's meet the starting lineups for both teams. First, for the visiting Purple Knights. In net, Victor Mashik, a sophomore goalkeeper who has been awesome this season. Bruno Chalkers, he's a defender wearing number 2. Samuel Dundas, if you don't know him, you'll hard to miss him. Where's number 5? He is 6'8", as well as Victor Mashik. So 2 giants out there for Bridgeport in this one. You have number 6, Ugo Dreu. Number 7, Joao Miranda. Number 10, Loic Poder. Number 11, Enzo Beatrix. Number 13, Christian Priadits, the conference rookie of the year. You have Pierre Leo, Ewan Lakozic, and Lucas Ma as your starters for the Purple Knights, all the way down to Mashik. For Post, we know about Chris Jones. We'll learn more about him as the day goes on. Aiden Tross, Lucas Glade, Marcus Botungi, Luis Rodriguez, Pedro Vercosa, Pablo Tenorio, Iago Rodriguez, Mateus Milagros, Lucas Fernandez, and Agnaldo Germano. Pretty much the same thing we've seen over the last few weeks, minus Dufont. You'll see how much this loss of probably the nation's best goalkeeper for the day will affect this match. Will the offense, who has found some goal-scoring chops over the last few games for Post University, come into play today? We will see. Already a big run. Jones whiffs. Bridgeport has a layup, and they score early. Jones came out all the way down the field. Go Bridgeport. And they score first. It's Priaditz getting in there and scoring the Rookie of the Year. His 7th goal of the season puts Bridgeport up early. And the Purple Knights up 1-0. Not even 3 minutes in. Jones came out the right play. Just whiffed. Unable. The defense unable to get down there. And the number 2 seeded Purple Knights start off with the goal. For Post University, most of their season, it's 1 goal, shut them out. Now they have to play from behind, something that they do not do often and have not done in a while now. Fernandez battling with Poder. Into the corner, be a throw in for Bridgeport. Well, now is Leo. In midfield, Tenorio. So far has a goal in each of the tournament wins for the Eagles. Eagles took down number 3 Holy Family 3-0. Actually was a little bit tighter than that. The last 2 goals coming a little bit later into the game after a hard-nosed bout for most of that match. And then it was 1-0 over number 8 Georgian Court, with Tenorio scored on a penalty kick. See both of Tenorio's goals coming via the penalty. You'll see what Luis Rodriguez has for us today offensively for Post. When he's going right, this team is dangerous in so many different aspects. We know about their defense and the goal prevention that usually has not been an issue for them. Coming into play today, obviously with Dufont in net for most of the season, just a half a goal a game. Have almost as many shutouts on the season than goals allowed. Iago Rodriguez boots it over to Milagros. Sun's starting to set. Shadows getting longer here at Lemoy Field. Thank you for joining us. Cody Shalafu here on the call. Already 1-0 Purple Knights about 6 minutes into play today. A whole lot more ball game left to go. Chipped in, over to Tross. Coming near side, Milagros goes to work. Chip back post, waiting is Tenorio. Good defense by UB Purple Knights. Close. Trying to get down to Fernandez, who scored the game winner on Wednesday afternoon. Oh, down goes the defender. Tross has some room. Backside, crossing in front. Tenorio shot blocked. Second effort. It's in! And Post ties it up. It was loose in front. The defender fell in front of Tross. He set it up. And it's the Eagles who have knotted things at 1. It is Marcus Botungi, the credit there. And no one more relieved than Chris Jones as we are back up even. And for a team that usually takes their time, both teams usually take their time scoring their goals. They wasted none of it here. But we did learn for Bridgeport earlier in the conference. We learned from them in the CACC championship playoffs so far as they are resilient. Wilmington, they scored immediately after giving up the lead there. Kind of just like what Post just did. They kept it going. Back Post trying to feed Joao Miranda from Rio de Janeiro. Chipped. No one home. And Post will let it go. So already 2 goals scored here. Most Post games you don't even see 2 goals by either side. In the middle is Rodriguez, and again, all tied up, momentum taken back. Purple Knights wearing their purple and black uniforms. Very crisp, very clean. While Post sporting their white home uniforms. Milagros into the corner. Middle, tipped away, and be throw in deep here. Seven all-conference members, their most since a couple of seasons ago. In 2022 and 2013, they did have a program record 8. Trying to find Norio again, and I'll go to the wayside. Moshik this year 6-2-8 to 7.82 save percentage, 68 saves, 19 goals allowed, 3 shutouts for him. And kicked away by Jockers. The CACC Defensive Player of the Year, first team all-conference from Latvia. Tenorio turns, going to be patient with it. In the middle, back to Rodriguez, finding some space, circling back out. Rodriguez in the middle, a little bit out front to Botungi, the goal scorer here. Botungi, that's his first of the season. This transfer from Spring Hill has been awesome. Second team All-CACC in his time here. Post also the all-sportsmanship team representative for the CACC. First time they've done that since 2004. Botungi gets it out. Milagros. Chips one all the way to the outside to Tross. Far side now. Lucas Glade had a goal last time out. Milagros. Chip it back posts. Too far for anybody. And Mashik has a goal kick on his hands. The transfer from William Penn. Stands 6'8". We mentioned also Samuel Dundas, 6'8". You thought those two were big. Well, the backup goalkeeper, 6'7". Magnus Midtelen from Lillestrøm, Norway. So no, not leaving any height on the table for sure. Also a heavy graduate upper class for the Purple Knights. 22 upperclassmen, including 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 graduate students and their top 18 minute getters this season. Add on 1, 2, 3 more seniors on top of that. And then actually another senior on top of that. So that's about 12, 13 upperclassmen who won't be on this team next season, most likely. Into the air. Priedietz trying to move around. Solo Dolo keeps it to the outside. Shot blocked. Still playable, headed, but too far high of the crossbar. Couldn't settle it down. Looked like off the noggin of Poder, who has 4 goals this season. Chris Jones, like we said, senior goalkeeper, has played in 2 games this season. As down goes Miranda. And Tenorio will be the culprit here. But Jones started Eskern College, then went to Goldie Beacom where he played for a couple of seasons. Won a Goalkeeper of the Week award with the Lightning. In high school, was 2-time All-Conference and a conference champion. And again, the big circle since 2023. So the last 2 seasons combined, he has played 64 minutes. Had 7-ish minutes before playing the final 12 or so in the semifinal game. Made a couple of saves. 3 saves and hasn't allowed a goal until earlier today. And the season relies on this man on your screen right here, big number 0. And how good Defont. This is what you're missing. Leopold Defont, 8-1-7, a .904 save percentage. 0.54 goals against, 85 saves, 9 goals allowed, and would have had 8 shutouts himself if he played the entire match. He's the goalkeeper of the year, first team All-CACC, and I don't know if they give a national goalkeeper of the year in the division, but very well could be it. Bria Dietz taken down, and they're going to give him the pen. Yellow card assessed. Milagros outside of himself. I believe they award the penalty kick here. So the Purple Knights could go up 2-1. Tenorio on the captain's pleading his case. Rarely you see a decision like this get overturned, and Chris Jones will hold on to the ball. Lucas Ma trying to retrieve it from him. As now, I believe it's Taras getting in there and separating the two. Ma, 1 goal, 3 assists, but it won't be him taking it. I believe this is Bria Dietz. 3, 1, 3. Thank you. The rookie of the year already scored once today. Shutout! Jones shuts the door. Big save. Chris Jones made a mistake earlier, makes up for it here. Beats Priadis on the penalty kick. What a play. Lock that door, throw away the key. And we continue already. And just the way that Post plays, we've caught a few games for them this season. They're very methodic, defensive-oriented. Probably already the most things have happened in this game than that might have had happened all season. Craziness. Craziness. We still have over an hour of game time left. Only 15 or closer to 17 minutes drained off the clock in the first half. Rodriguez shanks one, but it gets to Milagros anyway. Able to get in there and box out Poder. Fernandez leaves it up. Motungi passes it along. They will regroup. Motungi surveys into the corner. Good defense by Pierre Leo from Dijon, France. Starting in just his 4th game this season. Off of Leo there, and be a throw-in for Post. Cody Shalfie here on the call. We thank you for joining us. It was also the women's game finished up earlier today around 2 o'clock. It set down. It's Wilmington going to the big dance, taking down Caldwell, a score of 2-0. As Jones boots one into the heavy Bridgeport fan base. Cannot too far away from campus here in Waterbury. So a large contingent making the trip to cheer on the Purple Knights. Jones high points it. Tossed in by Agnaldo Germano. Bridgeport with it now. Still working on this end of the field. Throw in. Popped straight up. And finally trying to get sent away, and Jones will come out. And he'll sew it up for Rodriguez. Had some run. Jones looked that way but decided to just slow it up. And don't blame him again in his first start since 2023. That season where he played a decent amount at Goldie Beacom. Him being a little bit cautious and just trying to make the simple play instead of pushing it. Understandable. Post trying to make some magic happen. Rodriguez going through 4, but at the very end gets the ball taken away. And the magic runs out. Bridgeport trying to start it themselves. Priedietz. Great control from the freshman. Inside. Good defense by Botungi. Steps right in. Priedietz also stands 6'3". You have a whole bunch of tall kings out here. Jocker's 6'3". We talked about the 2 6'8" players. Enzo Beatrix will most likely see later on. He's 6'2". Tommaso Legni, 6'3". You also have you have 3 goalkeepers on roster. 6'8", 6'7", then 5'10". I wonder if they eat lunch together. Be very funny. Discrepancy in the box, still loose, and Lagris comes out, boots it away. There's Dundas from Amsterdam. Chipped back corner. Ronaldo will let it go, and Nalo Draman, who has played for the Hartford Athletic, one of 2 all-conference defenders as just a freshman, first-team All-CACC. Iago Rodriguez, another defender in the middle. He's been solid. Then Pedro Vercosa, second-team All-CACC as a freshman as well. He played for the Philly Union of the MLS Next in their Academy League in Philadelphia. Free kick for Vercosa. Speak of the devil. Rodriguez tripped up, and whistle blows, and it'll be a decent free kick chance for Post. Coach Ted Haley in his 21st season talking to the referee near side us here in the booth. And they're having a pretty spirited conversation. Nothing escalated, but definitely getting some information. Here's Fernandez. Lucas had the game winner on Wednesday. His first goal of the season. It's up, back post, headed down, and just a foot away. I believe that was Vercosa down there. If that just took a smaller bounce, that's 2-1 Eagles. But alas, they'll still be searching for it. Post made the championship game last year, lost to Felician. Felician was selected to be the number one team in the conference and bowed out quite early after only picking up the 6th seed and losing in the first round. So that guaranteed us after the first day of the tournament we'll have a new champion. The second time in the CACC that the Purple Knights have been in the championship game, headed in, and Jones is right there, easy peasy for him. They were in the ECC prior to that, won the co-championship in 2001, and went to the championship game in 2007, 10, and 19, but still searching for that first conference win in over 20 years. They've been a good program. They've been close multiple times, but just can't get over that hump. And are looking to do so here today. Good start. Scoring off a mistake, not even 3 minutes into the ball game, but then allowing that goal to tie things up. And Cody Schaffler, you're on the call. We thank you for joining us. Hopefully you've been with us all day today. It was the women's side of the bracket earlier this afternoon. Wilmington, number 4 Wilmington taking down number 2 Caldwell. And we are about halfway done to the first half, a little bit more than that. Here on the men's side as Bridgeport takes on Post. Glade to Tross. The flag up. No, it's not, but too far out in front. Coach Haley not impressed. There's been some execution issues that he's noticed, but for the most part, the offense actually been really good over the last. But the offense has been scoring goals a lot more the last few games. Multiple against Holy Family. And really, Rodriguez and Tenorio have been doing a bulk of that work in the last 8 games. So this starts with the 1-1 draw against Goldie Beacom on the 18th of October. The last 8 games, Rodriguez 4 goals, 4 assists, and 12 points. And Tenorio 6 goals, 3 assists for a total of 15 points. Playing in their 15th CACC championship game. They have won 6 of them, including 5 in a row. Back post, headed around. Sent back in by Dreyu. And kicked back out. Last touch by Bridgeport, and Post trying to go quick. But ultimately we'll slow it down. And they will allow, I believe, a substitute to come in, as Marcelo Michel will be the first to check in, number 13 for Post. And I believe it is Lucas Fernandez who is coming out. Taken by Bridgeport again, a large Bridgeport crowd here. You can see them around middle of the pitch, and those two bleachers right past the orange center line. Poder in the corner. Back post. And Glade will win it. But they'll push him back a bit. Germano, the native of Naugatuck, Connecticut. Just a minute or two from campus. And they will stop the clock, as it looked like Ugo Dreu from Caen, France. It's on the ground. Trainer will come out. We will take a short break. It's 14:31 left. 1-1. Post and UB tied up. We are back. Ugo Dreu looks like he is coming off. We'll see who the replacement is. I was looking down at the sideline. It could be either Josh Erdos, Jose Orestes, or 27 Calvin Pollock. And number 8, Josh Erdos, will be the one to do so. But Oresti and Pollock both at the check-in table to eventually get thrown in there. So we'll see how the reserves gel. Booted all the way down the field. What a ball! And Germano is taken down. It is Ewan Lakozic. And Mercosa will take his time retrieving this one. Mercosa sent away. Touchdown by Chalkers, the CACC Defensive Player of the Year. Booted down, headed away by Dundas. Rodriguez runs into the referee. Thought he could back check, get the ball back, runs into the official. And great slide tackle, no call. Riades is stopped, but will be a corner kick. First of the day, or second of the day for Bridgeport. 86 coming into play today. And here comes both Pollock and Oresti. As coming off is Poder and Priaditz. Lefty boots. It's up. Settled down. And Milagros finally gets it away. Deflects off Leo. And newly started Josh Erdos goes down. Erdos from Stratford, Connecticut. Seems like if to be on this roster, you have to be from Connecticut or the Balkans. Latvia, Czech Republic, France, Netherlands. You got some Brazil, some South American representation. But a large international roster on both sides is we've seen here in the Division II race, especially in the CACC. They like to get those international players who have been playing for so long because the level of competition requires it. I feel like everyone in the U.S., they start off with soccer and they'll either stick with it or branch elsewhere. I know I did, and that can be said for most Americans, whether they stick with sports or not. You usually play Little League soccer when you're 4, 5, 6 and figure it out, but there's, I think, more options than in Europe, where it's either you play football, as they say. You might get into volleyball. That's about all you got for the fall. And so they stick with soccer, football, and just roll that until here. And they've been playing for so long. 3 more reserves ready to check in. Konturk Argil, Gustavo Toledo, and Ali El Mardenli. I'll check in at various points upcoming. Erdos. Chipped away. Down goes Glade, and there'll be a free kick for Post with 9:57 Placer on the scoreboard. 10 minutes remaining in half number 1. Lagras. Chipped over, and Jones will have it now. He'll boot it. Intercepted right back to Bridgeport. Germano, great stop. Being stout. Going man up on Miranda. Falling back into spot. Cross for Costa. Says no thanks. Tenorio, great touch. Gets stepped on. And back to the Purple Knights. Erdos into the corner. Joel Miranda. Erdos chip and sent away. He might have had a better chance of getting the shot off than trying to get it to Calvin Pollock from Ann Arbor, Michigan. Played baseball, basketball, track, and field as well as soccer. Oh, great tackle. Down goes Tenorio. Erdos has some things to say about it. Maybe trying to sell the contact. He's still down. They're going, see, 10 on 10 now. Boot around, kept in, chased to the corner, but will be a goalie kick eventually. Tenorio will sit back down as I have hurt his ankle. See how serious this is. So 3 more subs come on. We mentioned them earlier. Aliel Mardenley, 14 Konturk Akagil, and Gustavo Toledo, I believe. 3 to enter on. Tenorio will stay out there. He's a warrior, he's a trooper. Still 1-1. Early fireworks, it's settled down since then. And a card coming up. Tenorio picks up one. Still chirping the referee from earlier. And another card assessed. I believe Erdos picks it up. He's been chirping at Tenorio. So now both players pick up cards. You got to be careful the rest of the game. Especially Tenorio, who's been so important for this team all year, especially late, like we mentioned. Basically, all of his offensive production has come in his last 8 games from Madrid, Spain. Well, he'll play on as the sun starts to set, and it is just getting chillier out here. Sent in by Dundas. Again, another beautiful ball. He has so much strength. He can really get those through balls in the air from way back. Good cross. Jones is there. Playing in the midfield with 6:30 left to go. Lagras working the sideline he likes to so much. 2 Purple Knights follow, trying to center it. We haven't seen much from post offense over the last few. Chipped into the bench area, and Tiago Feller will come in, and out will come Pablo Tenorio. So Tenorio will get a bit of a breather. San Yang also looking to check in here in a moment. Michel. Corner upcoming. Posts coming into play today, 79 of them. Oh, excuse me. No corner. Will be a deep throw-in. Rifles one into the post bench area, and here's that switch. Janye will come in, and out will come Milagros. The Belo Horizonte, Brazil native, same place where Lucas Fernandez calls home, both seniors. Sanye immediately pushed out of the way. And throw in for the Eagles. Final 4.5 of half number 1. Started off electric, has cooled down since then. Far side. Here comes Glade, airborne. It's loose. And, oh, they missed the chip. Glade went flying. Feller came out of the pack. It was a race to the ball. Him and Moshik tried to chip it in, and we remain tied 1-1. Would have evened out the Jones mistake from earlier in the game. And still had one extra to boot. And going in that corner again. Coming back center, setting it up for Leo. Pierre Leo. Gets it back into the corner. Sanyang there defending. Kept in. Post will try to get it out. And they will. In their possession. They'll reverse field. Still within the defensive backfield, and now finally booted away. In goes Botungi. Germano's been so excellent. Not a lot of his stats, obviously as a defender, doesn't pick up a whole bunch of stats. But the eye test proves he's just a freshman, first team all conference as a defender, I should say. Checks out. Sub 2 minutes. Half number 1. It's been a fun one. And down goes Tross away from the play. A card assessed. And I believe that's number 33, Ali El Mardenli, the Belgian who played his high school ball in Tennessee. So free kick with the clock frozen at 1:31. And we'll unfreeze here. They go short with it in reverse. Back to Tross on that far side. Tries to make a move. Won't get by his defender, but will pick up the throw-in. Feller trying to make up for his blown layup earlier. Stepping in front, Pedro Leon. Rodriguez goes down. Here's a chance. Pollock, center, goes back outside. Shot is blocked. Jones waits for it, doesn't even get to him. Vercosa settles it. Achil. Down, and Jones is there. Save for Chris Jones. And that will most likely drain out the rest of the clock as we're down under 15 seconds. Jones will give it one big boot. And he shanked it. A couple of times we've seen that. Players go flying. Clock stops at 3. And I believe this is Tross again. They're bringing the referee right out. And with just 3 seconds left in the half, they're going to check on Tross. To note, the last two playoff games we've seen here at Lemoy Field on the men's soccer side, there have been a card assessed as we go from into the timeout for the first to second half. Usually it's been the away team. We'll see if usually Coach Haley can be cool, calm, and collected. But he is starting to get a little vocal. So Tross will come out after getting knocked down twice in the last minute and a half. And the referee telling Coach Haley to calm down all the way from the far side. So 3 seconds. And then we'll just run it out. What a half it has been. 1-1. The Purple Knights in posts. Purple Knights strike first off the mistake from Jones. He comes back and stops the penalty kick, makes up for it. Also, it's Bo Tungi putting his first goal on the board for his season, and we are knotted up 1-1. 15 minutes, we'll be back. And Post and Bridgeport knotted up at 1.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
In a country where we are breaking the stigma.
All right, we're back here at Lemoy Field, Post University, University of Bridgeport, knotted up at 1. It was a heck of a first half, as it could have been 2-0 Bridgeport, could have been 2-0 Post, it could have been 1-1 like it is now, and this is how we stand through the first X of play. We got 1-1 score, 10 shots for Bridgeport, 5 for Post, 6 on goal for Bridgeport, And just the lone corner for Bridgeport, as Post has yet to take one. Looking some individuals, the goal scorers today, it was Christian's Priaditz, excuse me. He had his first on the mistake by Chris Jones, but did Chris Jones come back and save himself a PK for Priaditz later on? Saved, stymied, stifled, however you want to say it. He did it. Guessed right, made the play, was awesome. You have a whole bunch of shots from a whole different players. So it's been a mixed bag. It's been a well-balanced attack for Bridgeport, at least in terms of the shot selection. Just one save for Victor Mashik, who hasn't really gotten much here today. 5 saves from Chris Jones in his first start since 2023, excuse me. 2 shots for Botungi, who ended up scoring earlier in this one. That was the one goal that Post ended up getting. And again, a balanced attack from them. They've had 5 shots coming from 4 different players. Half 2 ready to get on going, as it is 1-1 Bridgeport and Post battling out in a repeat of the 2023 championship final. And if you're a fan of Post, you hope you get the same result. And if you're a fan of Bridgeport, you're hoping for a turned tide. Nagmaldo Germano will throw it in. And taken from Bridgeport. That was Gustavo Toledo. Bridgeport went with a few bench players, and it seems like some of them have stayed onto the pitch. This one is Kanturk Akil. Here's a run, and Germano steps in front. Good back defense by Glade. Tross, who is sprinting up the sideline, got beat up a little bit towards the end, overruns the ball and trying to make a move on Dundas. And Samuel Dundas ends up with the winner there. Verkosa up to play. That's Pollock. Send it in for Lucas Ma. Ma turns it back to Chalkers, who again the defensive player of the year in the conference. And 2 players collide. Milagros, Emily Chalkers. Look like Lucas Ma, excuse me. And they will give it to Post. So Post in their white uniforms attacking the right side of your screen, and in the very nice purple and black uniforms, I must say. I am a sucker for purple. It is my favorite color and all. An underrepresented color in sports, I must say. Jones getting pursued, and he'll just boot it away. A couple of times he's tried to kick it out, and it's either been shanked or towards the sideline or not really where it needs to be. Has made 5 saves, allowed that 1 goal. Try to tiptoe the sideline, can't. Throw in coming for Post. Yeah, Post have just been the Kings for seems like forever. 6 conference championships since 2004. They also picked up conference championships in 96 and 97 and then 98 before that. Selected to finish second in the CACC preseason poll. They said, nah, that's fine with us. We'll just win our 5th straight regular season championship and be the number 1 seed for the 5th consecutive year. Went 12-5-3 last season, lost in the championship game, snapping a streak of 5 straight championships as Jones goes skyward for that. Ranked as high as number 13 in national polls this year. For most of the season, a bounce between the high 20s and low teens. And right now, receiving some votes nationally. Last time they were ranked, it was 21. 3 straight years they've been to the NCAA round of 16, so still made it to the dance despite losing. Milagros puts on the Jets, overruns it, still keeps it, and it'll be a corner for Post there first. Allowed multiple goals in a game just once this season. It was to this Bridgeport squad. In late October, these two teams met in Bridgeport. It was a 2-2 draw and kept these teams undefeated in conference, and they remain that way. First time since 2004, 2 conference members ran the table with no losses. Back post, here's a chance. Down, they score! In front! Believe that is Iago Rodriguez. The left boot of the graduate defender puts the home team up 2-1. And it all changes in just an instant in this sport. First of the season, the transfer from Longwood. And Post trying to continue their dominance in conference. Booted up. Chipped in. And freshly in, Cormac McGinley usually comes in as a defender.
Scored by number 25, Iago Rodriguez, his first on the season. Assist by Marcus Boateng and Luis Rodriguez.
So they're going to give Botungi the assist, Luis Rodriguez the assist on the Iago Rodriguez goal. And they like to do this with Iago. They'll play him as a center back to start, then towards sometimes takes the second half, sometimes end of the first half. They'll slap in Cormac McGinley and then move Rodriguez up to the midfield as they do play 3 back. And just in time, that hits off the referee. They'll pause it there. Put it back, but it's 2-1. We said Post has been scoring goals more than they just have been. 3 against Holy Family. You had 2 against Caldwell on the 29th, 4 against Chestnut Hill, 2 against Bridgeport. Shot from high. That's in! What an angle! Luis Rodriguez dots the top left corner. Beats everybody. And it's 3-1, just like that.
Scored by number 10, Luis Rodriguez, his 9th.
And stunning the big Bridgeport crowd that showed up tonight. And this was the same score of the championship win for Post in 2023 over Bridgeport. Rodriguez couldn't place it any better if you wanted to. Top corner. And 3 goals. Just like they put up in the semifinals. Really finding their stride offensively. Now Bridgeport got to get on their horse and get things going. Priaditz is in, as well as Enzo Beatrix. Those two check back in. They need the offenses. Bridgeport back against the wall now. Really got to sell out. Still got 37 minutes of game time. Nowhere close for this one being decided. But 37 turns to 27. 27 then goes to 15. And then all of a sudden, if you haven't done anything in those minutes, it's looking grim. And taken down hard. Red card given out. They took out Chalkers. Now the defensive player of the year and the goalkeeper of the year not in the game today. As Chalkers went out to now he comes. Glade got scissor kicked. Glade will come off. The officials trying to calm this one down. Post was adamant on the bench, obviously one of their own. And it's hard to think there's any malicious intent, especially in this stage in a championship game. But hard foul's a hard foul. So Bridgeport will have to play without one of their best players. In is Pomeroy. Bo Pomeroy will check in to be that replacement for Lucas Glade. He's doing all right. And we move on. 3-1 Post, an explosive second half to start. This is kind of how the first half started. All that action we talked about happening in the first 10-ish minutes, and then it kind of slowed down a bit. Now the Post crowd into the game. Taras gliding over to Pomeroy, but eventually took down by Dundas. .36-14 left to go in half two. The Eagles have tripled their lead or grabbed the lead 3-1. A rockin' second half to begin. It'll be a throw-in opposite side. for Bridgeport. Chalkers out with the red card. You have yellows assessed to Erdos, Elmar Denley, and then on the other side, Iago Rodriguez and Tenorio have a yellow, so they have to also be on their best behavior. Into the box, settled. Priaditz goes outside with it. Back post, Jones punches it away. And Chris Jones is fired up. And Glade will be coming in shortly. So glad to see that he is A-OK. Popped up, settled down, kicked up. And they Bridgeport Purple Knights. Some fancy footwork. Put them back on the board. It's 3-2. They are not done. Multiple touches on it. And deflected in front of the net. And I give it to Enzo Beatrix, his 5th of the season. Initially was Akil trying to go for the bicycle. Hit off his chest, and then as Jones was sliding over, Beatrix put it the other way and beat him. They always say a 2-goal lead is the most dangerous one to have. And now momentum back on Bridgeport's side. Post has only scored 4 goals one time this year. That was against Chestnut Hill, one of the lower teams in the conference. Bridgeport, who score about 2 goals per game, have put up 4 or more, looks like just twice, against Dominican on Senior Day, and then against Georgian Court to open up their conference play 8-1. Beatrix picks up the goal. And they're going to give assists to Kontrek Akil and Ewan Lukozic. There again, Akil tried to bicycle it in. Kind of just splashed out. And then into come and clean it up, Enzo Beatrix. The Mans University transfer, 2-time first-team All-CACC, first-team All-Region a season ago, and looking for another distinction this year. It's loose again. Akil tried to move it, taken down in the box. No call. Good defense, Agnaldo Germano. Taken down is Glade again. No call this time. Beatrix cutting inside. Miranda escaping. Looks it back out. Ma. Piaditz. Taken down, free kick upcoming. It's been a spirited match, to say the least, on multiple different avenues. In the middle, Tenorio. On the run. Milagros cross, headed away. Corner kick. Dundas using all 6'8" he got. It's up, bending, headed up, back post, kept in. Yes, they did. Again, the second effort. This time, Germano taken down. Good sportsmanship from Samuel Dundas to help stretch out the tight quad for Arnaldo Germano. Oh, no call on the slide tackle. Good tackle. Akil, this side. Miranda, puts it perfectly for Lakozic. Centers. No one's there. They tie it up. They tie it up. Jones whiffed. And Bridgeport's electrified. (3-1) to 3-3, just like that, ladies and gentlemen. We got a classic on our hands. So just like that, Bridgeport knocks this thing back up. Now they have all the momentum. Like he said, a 2-goal lead is the most dangerous one to have. And in a matter of minutes, Bridgeport, and we also mentioned against Wilmington, they responded. They respond here. Can Post get their offense back, get their swagger back? It's a good place to start. So we're giving it to Pierre Leo as the scorer came backside, sliding tap in. Again, if we get a correction, we will let you know. But what a contest we have on our hands today. This one is really going to go the distance, it seems. Neither team heard a bell. They've been fighting. Here comes Post on the run. Milagros on the outside, trying to work it. Gets it to Tenorio, taken down hard. They play on. Tenorio comes in, loose. Another player down. And you have 3 down. Iago Rodriguez, as it was the Bridgeport player down. and ended up getting the call. He came in and said, well, what about my two guys down there? Mashik checking in. Leave Milagros and Tenorio, the two to go down. Tenorio seems to be up. Milagros still on the ground. Can't quite make out the Bridgeport Purple Knight. But either way, a physical sequence as the game stops at 27:52. Dundas there as well. We'll take a quick break, see if we can figure this out. As it stands, 27:52, 3-3 Purple Knights storming back and tie this one up. So we are back. It was not Milagros, my apologies. It was Luis Rodriguez down. He looks like he's up and getting up over his own power, but we'll see if he's able to return. And all season, only one team has scored multiple goals against Post. That was Bridgeport, 2-2 draw. Last time Post gave up 3 goals in a game was the championship game last year against Felician. It's been a wonky, weird day if you were thinking we're going to get the norm. We have well past the norm. We're like in that SpongeBob episode where they go into the trench. And we are past normal. There we go, Miranda. This is off who? Looks like they're going to say off Bridgeport. Oh, excuse me. It's going to be for Bridgeport. It's going to be a corner kick game. Far from our angle to see if the referee is pointing at the goalie or into the corner. So it will be a corner kick for the Purple Knights, trying to add on, trying to waste no time, picking up a lead again. They held it shortly, 1-0. Still loose. Tenorio eventually gets there. A battle. And Jones will secure it up. Tross can't handle the touch. Be a free possession for Bridgeport. So who will come out the victor? Both teams, this is a heavyweight matchup. They've thrown their best punches, and Bridgeport has kind of been sharpening iron against iron all season. The 14th strongest strength of schedule in Division II this year, selected to finish 4th in the preseason poll. No one had them going undefeated. They went 5-0-5 in conference, claimed that second seed after going 7-8-3 last time, or last season, 6-4-1 in conference. They lost to eventual champion Felician in the CACC quarterfinals as the number 6 seed. So Felician took out both of these teams last season. They returned 18 players, including 6 who started that postseason matchup against Felician. and add 22 upperclassmen, or have 22 upperclassmen coming into this season. 14th toughest strength of schedule. They were 2-2 versus nationally ranked opponents. They did draw against Bentley, who ended up being the number 11 team in the country in the latest polls. They drew against Post, who have been flirting back and forth with receiving votes, and nationally ranked Tenorio will have to stop. Gets it middle. Fernandez back to Tenorio, and eventually sent away by Bridgeport. 4 all-conference selections. As Donite, head coach Peter Donite, in his 10th season, picked up the CACC Coach of the Year award. Again, Jockers had the Defensive Player of the Year award locked up before he was booted from this one. Priaditz, he's the Rookie of the Year. They are 7-1-4 this season with scoring multiple goals and have scored 5 or 2+ in each of the last 5 games, including tonight, where they'll add on. Again, co-champions in the ECC in 2001. Went to a few championship games since then and haven't pulled it off. Again, went to the CACC championship game in 2023 as well and lost to this team they play tonight in Bridgeport. Coming back with a vengeance. Trying to punch their ticket to the national tournament. And hey, if they end up not winning this one, they put up a really good fight against a really good team in a really good conference. They might be looked at as an at-large bid contender. Punched all the way down. It'll be a throw-in for Post as we hit the 22, just under 23 minutes. All right, kicked out. And looked clearly off Bridgeport right by our window looking down. But they are going to give it. And a red card on Luis Figueredo. And he has been ejected. And the coaching staff trying to hold him back. For crossing in the field of play, seemed like. So the third straight game Post has played in where a coach from either side has picked up a card and Figueredo is out of here. And he is understandably furious. But the rules are the rules. So 3-3. As Luis Figueredo has to exit the side of competition after the ejection. And we pause at 2:28, or 22:28, excuse me. As we're trying to get all our ducks in a row. And throw in for Bridgeport as we play on. Bingo cards everywhere are getting filled out. This one has just about everything. Taken down hard. We play on. Chipped. Trying to find Tross, and then we tracked down by Bridgeport. Post going back to moving around. Their defense shine a bit. Trying to find Tross with some space. He will settle it down. Good touch from him. Now go Rodriguez. Back to the middle to Luis Rodriguez. Luis has a goal already tonight. He got the third. Before Bridgeport went on a big run. And shout out the Bridgeport faithful making the short drive up. It's easier to travel that way, and it's added to the atmosphere of this game. Some could say there might be more Bridgeport here than Post. They travel well. It's really kept this game feeling as neutral as possible, even though Post playing on their home turf. Not because the number one seed, as the championship game is a bid process put in before the season starts, and Post selected to host the tournament no matter what. As we saw on the women's side of the bracket, it was held here today despite Post not being in the championship game. It was Wilmington beating Caldwell 2-0. Last touch by Post, and Bridgeport will continue the pressure. And again, we talked about earlier, this game could have been a whole different combinations of scores. It could have been 2-0 Bridgeport going into this half. It could have been 2-0 Post going into this half. Some missed opportunities, some mistakes by both sides. You had a penalty kick that was blocked, a misplay by a goalkeeper. So many different variations. And I think we got the best possible outcome here, as this game has been electric. No matter what side you're rooting for, it's been a fun one, I can guarantee you that. Cody Shelfu here with you. 18:30 left to go in half number 2. Again, classic written all over this one. All the way near side, headed around by McGinley. Great move into some space. To Oggill. Beatrix back, misses him. And punched away. Jones, second effort. He squeezes it. He punched it away. Got away from on the second effort, but is able to hold it together. As a player down by the net. And Chris Jones makes a big save. 64 minutes played since 2023. It was played a decent amount in 2023 with Goldie Beacom. Actually, let's get you some statistics from Mr. Jones. This year's first year on campus, didn't play much, actually only 7 minutes coming into play in the semifinal round, where he ended up playing the final 12 of that one after the red card assessed to goalie Leopold Dufont. So look at his career in 2024. Again, he got into one game, didn't play a whole bunch in 2023. He's played 11 games, played over 930 minutes, had a goals against average just north of 2. Started in 10 games. Then came to post. Hadn't played much with Dufont in the fold, and that's it. And now he's been asked to basically take home this championship for post and not only come in and replace a starter, but one of the best starters in all of Division II in between the pipes. And it was Agnaldo Germano, I believe, down. He is up, didn't have to come off. And we resume with about 17 minutes to go in regulation. Headed over to Mishek. And Taras will get flagged for the foul. Joao Miranda will now send the free kick off. "35, 40-ish yards away. And it's right on Jones, but they stop the clock as Milagros looks like he is down. We'll take a small break. 16:09 left. 3-3. It's just getting good. So Milagros will be coming out. It's the third game in a row he's had to come out. So he will come out. Looks like Glade might be the replacement as he was looking to check in anyway. Not sure if this was the sub that Coach Haley had in mind, but a sub nonetheless. Glade will be let on, as well as Loic Poder, who came out earlier. Also, it looks like Bo Pomeroy is looking to check in. So it will be Glade to come in. Milagros will be out, and now from about, again, probably call it 50-ish yards. It's up. It looks good. Back post. Headed up. And Jones skies. Keeps the ball out of the net. Collides with a Purple Knight and keeps it rolling. Great job by Chris Jones. Beatrix gives it up. Lakozic. Yeah, Pomeroy looking to check in shortly. Chipped in by Ma, sent away by, looked like, for Kosa back there. Taken down. And I think they just assessed another penalty. A yellow card assessed to McGinley, it looks like. And now Bridgeport will try to make up for their missed opportunity in the first. It was Jones who stopped the first penalty kick. Miranda looks like he'll be the one. To take it. Miranda, 3 goals, including a game winner. Chris Jones. What a day to come to work for him. It's been the full experience. And Jones picks up a card. He's energetic, to say the least. Can he do it again? Miranda, Jones. 3 steps back. 3 forward. He did it again! Chris Jones shuts the door a second time. And the referee's making a call. Still trying to see what the call is. It looks like they're going to redo everything. Oh my goodness. Hollywood couldn't get this game to go this way if they tried. Again, didn't see anything like what the violation was. So coming off the line too early is the call, why they're redoing everything. Again, that's why Miranda put a little wiggle in the shot. So Chris Jones, you got 3 in you, big fella. 3 steps back. Again, got to be careful for the stutter step. And this time they beat him. Jones is pleading his case that they went early. And he has to be careful again. Already got the card. And it is 4-3 Bridgeport. 14 minutes away from claiming the championship. As Jones and the Eagles give up 3 unanswered to go down 4-3 with under 15 left. Joao Miranda, 4 goals. Will this be his second game winner? My, oh my. He stopped the first penalty kick. He stopped the second, but it was called back. And 3 was too much to ask for. Crazy is too tame of a word for what we're watching tonight, and it could get even crazier. What does Post have up their sleeve? Into the corner. Taken down hard by the Bridgeport bench. Botungi in the area. I believe it's Miranda, the one who just scored. And you can hear that thump from right here. Is right in front of us here in the press box. And he's a trooper. He gets right back up. And Rigi is in. They're looking at Tross away from the play. About to say, I think Miranda got up and was all good. Had to look to my left. Then there's a wall in between these two windows, so I couldn't quite see to the left. Here we go. So here we go, 13-14. The boot is away. And Post needs the equalizer. It was Post with 3 unanswered goals until Bridgeport said, I can do that too. And with all the antics, with all the cards, this one might come down to the Chris Jones whiff 3 minutes into the game. That could be the deciding factor. We'll see if the offense on this corner kick can make it a null point. It's up. Trying to go over the back. Ginley trying to box out, use his big frame. Into the corner, trying to draw another corner. And Bridgeport will successfully evade that. Fernandez. Germano had a head on it and good defense. It looked like it was going to go right to McGinley. And Bridgeport getting up on their feet as they boot it all the way down. Tap from Tenorio. Misplayed it. Back out to Glade, who has kind of dumped himself into a defensive spot. As they have Germano playing more big boy up front. Trying to get a good chip for a head opportunity, so they move Agnaldo, Germano up front, Glade in the back, trying to provide some good passing. So we'll see if the defense holds up. It looks like they have, but I mean, when's the last time Post gave up 4 goals in a game? Last year, it's the first time they gave up 3 since the championship game against Felician. They did lose last season to Southern New Hampshire 7-0, and then Franklin Pierce 5-0 back-to-back. Gannon University put up 4. So they've done it a couple of times. Actually, it was Wilmington 3-2, not the Felician game, as that one just misses. They're going to say off the noggin of Bridgeport. And we'll go again. So not the Felician game, it was the Wilmington game last year, or it was 3-2. Or the Felician in the NCAA tournament. My apologies again. Felician in the NCAA tournament was a 3-3 PK. Felician beat them. Tipped up, it was a 1-0 affair in the conference championship. And that one is smothered by Moshik. But last year on 3 separate occasions, this team surrendered 4 goals or more. First time they've done that since early. Eight and a half minutes left. Post needs to tie this thing up. Bridgeport trying to keep this as far away as their net as possible. Clock stops at 8:15. Again, the referees at this time, they can call if the other team is wasting time and pause things if they think that Bridgeport isn't doing a concerted effort to advance the ball. Also, if Bridgeport makes any substitutions from here on out, they'll stop the clock. Jones, 7 saves, but 4 allowed. Just 1 save for Moshik, but he hasn't been pestered too much. Post scored twice early in the second half, and the offense went to bed. Kicked. Behind the play. Tipped back up. Germano, big leg. And hit away. Some blocked kicks in the middle there. Fernandez. Back to him. Himbo Tungi and Rodriguez will play back and forth. Going for Iago Rodriguez, keeps it in and booted away. The two 6'8" Purple Knights not on the same page there, and Dundas just getting it away as Moshik wanted to hold it. Glade will come out, in will come Pomeroy. See if that makes a difference. Also to note, with Post going on this big offensive push, Defensive Player of the Year Bruno Chalkers is out after receiving a red card. So your top defender not in the game so far since he's been out, haven't allowed a goal and actually scored 3 on their own. But something just to note, especially as we hit 6 minutes and 8 seconds left. In regulation, Bridgeport up 4 to Post's 3. The craziest soccer match anyone's seen in a long time, if ever, here at Lemoy Field. A champion will be crowned. Which one of these two teams will come away with it? Bridgeport looking for their first in the CACC after joining a couple of seasons ago. Post trying to get back to the mountaintop and hold that crown. Last time they won the championship was 2 years ago against Bridgeport. Play ball. 5.5. Neither of this team have picked up a loss in conference. These two teams played earlier. It was a 2-2 draw. The fireworks spilled over to this one. You need late heroics if you're Post to keep yourself alive. You're Bridgeport. Just get it down. If you can add an extra, go ahead. But it looks like they're just playing defensively for the next 5 minutes. We'll see if that works. Otungi, good defense in the middle. Priaditz is there. Botungi on the ground, still on the ground, and time will be called. So he got hit in the back of the head, asking the referee if he was going to get anything. And Post will take things right about the logo at mid-pitch. A little bit behind. Clock resumes at 4:35 now. Big looper. And off of the head of Germano. Again, they brought him up into the forward spot. See if he can get some offense with his big frame. Glade comes in. No clock stoppage for the down team substituting this late. Only the up team, or the team leading. Four more minutes of what's looking like one of the most exciting championship finals in quite some time. Punched away by Mashik. Tenorio taken down. And Bridgeport will keep it. No call on Tenorio. And 2 penalties awarded to Bridgeport. And that was your chance for Post, and you might think a little bit slighted. They didn't get it. Precious seconds stripping off the game clock. So we're down to 2 minutes 45 3 goals for Post, 4 goals for Bridgeport. Sent away, Dundas. On the run, go the Purple Knights. Taken down hard. Be a free kick. Post is ranked so high in defensive statistics, 6th in goals against average. They average a half a goal given up per game. This is 6 games worth of production offensively. Clock is stopped at a minute 42 as the referee barking at Post, trying to form a little wall. At this point, Bridgeport trying to dribble it out. And a goalie kick. And they make him bring him back. So 7 seconds fall during that. They're approaching the final minute. Bridgeport just to hang on for 1 more minute. And the Bridgeport contingent loud and proud here. Tipped up. Tenorio gets it towards the net. Headed away, Miranda. Botungi trying to chase it down. Throw in. Or free kick, rather. 19 seconds. It's good. Germano there, off his noggin. 10 seconds. Glade, it's up. Punched away. And for the first time as members of the CACC, Bridgeport come home the victors. And they take down Goliath to do so. The number 2 seed takes down the 1 seed. And a rematch of 2023 this time goes to the Purple Knights. And what has to be the craziest soccer match you'll see around ends here on Lemoy Fields. It is Bridgeport 3 unanswered to beat Post. A madhouse as they celebrate with the Bridgeport fans who have made the trip up. An incredible, incredible evening ends. For Post, their season could continue if they get an at-large bid, which they did last year. They very well could again, being a nationally ranked team for a decent chunk of the season. But they lose a heartbreaker without their goalkeeper of the year in net, and with that, 4 for the Purple Knights. We won't sign off just yet. We will take a quick break. We will have the award ceremony shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. 4-3, the win in regulation for Bridgeport for Cody Schaff. We'll be back soon. Champions in 2025, the Bridgeport Purple Knights.
Thiago Rodriguez. And now, from the University of Bridgeport, number 5, Samuel Dundes. Also from the University of Bridgeport, number 7, Joao Miranda. From the University of Bridgeport, number 11, Enzo Beatrix. From the University of Bridgeport, number 13, Christians Predatis. From the University of Bridgeport, number 21, Owen Lakazik. And finally, from the University of Bridgeport, number 34, Lucas Ma. Let's give a warm round of applause for the 2025 CACC Men's Soccer Championship All-Tournament team. Now, we would like to honor the most valuable player of the 2025 CACC Men's Soccer Championship from the University of Bridgeport, number 21, Owen Lakazik. No, the guy came up and told me to change it. And now, it's time to present the CACC Championship Trophy and banner to this year's champion from the University of Bridgeport men's soccer team as the Purple Knights take their place in CACC history. Fans, the CACC thanks you for attending this year's men's soccer championship final. Photos from this year are available to view and free to download courtesy of the CACC. Fans wishing to view the photos can do so by visiting caccathletics.org and click on the photos link in the navigation bar at the top of the homepage. Fans are also encouraged to view the CACC website and browse the conference online store for men's soccer champion apparel. Click on Shop at the top of the homepage to visit the online store. Thank you once again for attending today's match. Have a great rest of your evening, and please arrive home safely.
Cody Shelfu back here with Joao Miranda and head coach Peter Donite. And Bridgeport comes in, wins their first CACC championship. Start with you. You get the game winner, Joao. What's going through your mind when you set up for that PK? The first one stopped. You get the redo. What it was like going for that second time?
The second time, I said it to myself. It's all you. You got this. Listen, the only chance he had it, he blew it. And now it's my chance. It's the chance for my team to celebrate.
You pick up the game winner and ultimately win the championship. Congratulations to you, my friend. And, Coach, it's been a fun year for you guys. You haven't lost in conference play. First time two teams went undefeated in conference. You get your lick back, as the kids say, here from 2023. You come into Post House and win. How special is this for you guys in your program?
It's unbelievable. It was in, I believe, 2019 that Post was at our place, and we watched them celebrate on our home field. So that was a difficult thing to swallow. And we had a couple guys that are still around from that team, and I think that the guys really came together, and especially the last couple weeks of the season. We've been playing our best soccer during the last couple weeks here, and just the character and the passion and the energy and everything was just unbelievable to watch, and I'm just super proud as a coach.
And you guys aren't done yet. You got the tournament upcoming. You'll find out where everyone's going about Monday time. What's the next couple of days like? Obviously celebrate tonight, but you have some work to do. You have a really good team to do it with.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna enjoy this one, and then we're back to the drawing board. We'll see where we're gonna go, who we're gonna face. And it's going to be preparation. We watch some video. We prepare for what our opponent's going to do, and I think our guys are going to be ready to go regardless of who we draw in the tournament. So.
Yeah, well, we wish you guys luck. Coach, congratulations. Joao, congratulations. You guys go celebrate. You got things to do tonight. All right. You guys can go head on out.
Thank you, guys.
So that will do it here from Lemoy Field. Cody Shalp been on the call all day today. We had two champions crowned. We will see what goes down. Again, Monday, I believe 7 o'clock is when we'll kind of see where both soccer teams will be playing in the NCAA tournament. You have Wilmington beating Caldwell in our women's final today 2-0. The craziest soccer match that we've ever seen here. Bridgeport taking down Post 4-3. From everyone here at Post Athletics, can't do it without them. We appreciate you at home, hopefully staying through all, 6 hours of today. I know I'm ready to go to bed. I'm sure everyone else is ready to go to bed. What a day for soccer. The CACC crowns 2 new champions, and we'll be looking to Monday night to see who's facing who in the NCAA tournament. Thank you so much for an awesome season. We'll see you next year. For more here at Post, go follow GoPostEagles.com. We'll see you then. Have a good night, everybody.